Okay, for a long time, AI models have been judged on evaluation tests that make little to no sense. But I think that this is the first LLM evaluation that makes some sense, that really is a precursor to measuring a general intelligence. So this is called Alpha Arena. You can find it at this URL, north1.ai. I don't know what that means. And simply what they do is they give the models a budget. Like, I think they gave each model $10,000. They started October 18th, 2 days ago. And then you just see how the model trades. The models have been trading on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, BNB, Doge, XRP. And, if the model is so intelligent, it should be able to make money. And I think this is really the best test to evaluate whether the model is smart or not, whether the model is able to understand real life context or not. And really, this is what they need to be doing. This is, this is what you need. This is the ultimate test of real life competence. Now, this still is a bit guardrailed. It still has the limitation of only being able to trade on these assets, which are only cryptocurrencies for now. The thing is, the tokenization of many assets is underway. And so I think that soon enough, these models will be able to trade not just on these assets, but also on underlying assets, also on new assets, new coins that maybe are paired with something, utility coins or whatever it is. But still, if it's so smart, why doesn't it make money, right? And so the gains that some of these models have made are absolutely crazy. DeepSeek has made a 34, almost 35% return in 2 days. Grok also, I guess they did pretty similar trades. I wonder if you can check what trades they did. I'm not sure. But still, oh yeah, positions, you can see them over here. DeepSeek went long everything. It went long everything. So maybe it's luck. I don't know. Claude just only did 2 positions and is doing pretty well. What about GPT-5? Long everything also. Interesting. So, still, I think this is probably the most interesting, the most valuable, the most reliable way of determining if the model is just a parrot that simply repeats the training data, or if it's able to, with that intelligence, to make decisions that are valuable. Ultimately, intelligence is just a ability to call the right shots, make the right decisions, and I think that this is a great way to measure this. And also, other interesting fact, the people running this experiment, the people running this model, they have their own meme coin. They This is a way you can package something like this and make a lot of money from it also. And this is the attention economy. This is where you make money. Meme coins may sound stupid. They are just, meme coins. We're just doing them for the lols. Actually, I think meme coins are the new internet. Meme coins are the new well, YouTube, you could say. Meme coins are now what YouTube was 10 years ago. If you understand that this is a asymmetrical way of making money, asymmetrical gains. Um, and so, really, meme coins are the future, in my opinion, of the creator economy. Um, you could say that AI is destroying social media. I've talked about it earlier. I've talked about it at length, but I think that AI video generation is just the last nail in the coffin. The last nail in the coffin is AI video, which makes social media totally untrustworthy, totally fake. It takes away every and all credibility from it, and the creator economy disappears like that, and it changes into something else. And in my opinion, this is a project that is first and foremost a project to capture attention. That's where most of the money is made, right? But this is interesting. You can just see what the real life intelligence of these models is. And you can see what they are, working with, what to what extent they're able to understand real life and act accordingly, take decisions accordingly, make decisions that make them money. So this is very interesting. In my opinion, this is the only LLM eval test that you should be looking at. This is where AGI comes, and it's not even AGI really. It's just an excellent investor. That's what it really amounts to. And soon enough, I guess, we'll have a few of these competing against each other, and that's really it. That's what we're going to see. That's going to be very interesting, to be honest. I wonder what the stock markets will look like in the future. I think that this just makes ETFs redundant. It makes ETFs kind of useless, and instead you're going to have the markets being AIs fighting against each other. Not that they are not already. I mean, if you look at the market, pretty much most of the daily fluctuations come from rent-seeking AI models that simply do microsecond transactions. And so, anyway, I'm getting off the point. The point is, every single benchmark to evaluate LLMs is wrong. Every single one of them doesn't give you a good account for how intelligent this model is. But if the model is able to keep up with news all the time consistently, and in relation to that adjust its positions and make sense of it and move, in a way that optimizes profits in this case, but really what you're looking at is decision making. If it's able to make decisions that are important, well, then really what you have in front of you is an intelligent model. And so I guess the markets get solved by that. It's really interesting to be looking at. So, from this point of view, Gemini is dumb. Gemini doesn't understand shit. GPT even. And DeepSeek is up there, Grok is up there, Claude is up there. Quen is doing not too bad. And they're all outperforming Bitcoin. That's crazy. Interesting. I mean, I guess this means that the markets are solved. It means that probably they were already, I don't know. But you're not going to see many traders, selling you courses. Who's going to sell you courses when the models can just trade better than all the gurus. Really interesting stuff. It's going to be interesting catching up with this evaluation in a few weeks. I think that right now we're still at the very beginning. It was just launched 2 days ago, right? So I think that you will really get a interesting account of how well these models are performing in a couple weeks, months. We'll see. But really, finally, this is a test of intelligence that one can get behind. This is a test of intelligence that one can really be looking at and actually getting a sense of how much AI is going to be impactful and smart and interesting, and how many things it can actually go ahead and touch, right? I think the focus on AGI is dumb. What you really need is hyper intelligent models to perform precise tasks. You don't need a copy of the internet being compressed into you know, into a chatbot. What you need is for that to be able to make the right decisions in the right context. That's what intelligence is, and that's what we're looking for. And I'll say it one last time, this is an amazing tool to measure that. This is an amazing tool to see if the model is just a parrot, or if it is, to some extent, also a lion that can hunt for you. I guess this really puts in danger also, like, the hedge funds, the what are they called? The quant firms, all the financial institutions, pretty much. You know, if you tokenize stocks, if you tokenize assets, if you tokenize options and put them on a blockchain, these AI models are coming for your job. And then obviously, they'll say they're dangerous. Look at Gemini, it lost everything. But really, many industries are shaking and changing, and it's scary as fuck. I mean, honestly, I preferred not having an eval that was accurate. Now that I think about it more deeply, if more benchmarks like this come out and they are accurate reflections of AI being smart, well, then we're fucked. Then all jobs are gone, because then you will have something real to optimize against. So, fuck. That's kinda weird. That's kinda dumb. I don't like this. Now that I think about it more, I don't like it anymore. But yeah, interesting benchmark to look at. This is probably more accurate than ArcAGI. ArcAGI is dumb, but this is a real life model. Finally, we have something that measures real life output, so you know better what stage of doom we are at. So you can understand when to go into your bunker when, I don't know, this goes to 20,000. This motherfucker got more returns than I did in like my whole trading career. What the fuck? Embarrassing on my side, I guess. Embarrassing, humbling. I don't know. I'm a bit bitter about AI, But yeah. Good thing is Gemini is down.